Welcome to A Compassionate Thanksgiving. We tend to have a notion that there's normal food and regular food over here and vegan food over here, as if it's its own food group. But let's be clear, when we talk about vegan food, we're talking about food we're already familiar with and already love. We need to take it out of the box called vegan, and we realize that it's a lot more familiar. Now, it's no surprise we have these misconceptions about veganism. Animal-based meat, dairy, and eggs are so entrenched in our culture that vegetarians and vegans have been accused of everything from committing cultural blasphemy to turning our backs on tradition. And this is particularly apparent during the holidays, especially Thanksgiving. But no matter how much we romanticize the notion of tradition, the truth is there is no contradiction between eating compassionately and honoring tradition. In fact, our holiday food rituals and foods are really symbols for something much deeper. When it comes to Thanksgiving, in being attached to the symbol, turkeys, we risk losing the true meaning of this holiday: community and gratitude, family and friends, and the abundance of the fall harvest. So let's take a look at what it looks like to celebrate a Thanksgiving dinner characterized by beauty, compassion, and abundance. When planning a vegan Thanksgiving dinner, I think what people struggle with more than anything else is the main dish. We live in a culture that teaches us we have to have some kind of animal meat as the main dish and some token side dishes. That's not how millions of people around the world plate their food, and we don't have to do it that way either. It's a cultural construct. However, what I think it's about, I don't think it's about having some lifeless body part on the plate. I think what it's really about when you think about that main dish is having a focal point on the plate, a beautiful centerpiece on the table, but a focal point on the plate. And doing this for Thanksgiving or really any meal is really easy to do. First, think in terms of things that can be stuffed. They make a beautiful focal point and they're filling and nutrient rich. In my cookbooks, I have many different recipes for things like stuffed acorn squash and stuffed artichokes and many more. Next, think in terms of things that can be contained in their own little custard cups or little ramekins, like little pot pies. Who doesn't love their own little individual dish as a focal point on their plate? Or create shapes. Use cookie cutters to press things like polenta or tortillas into eye-catching focal points. Or anything made as a loaf or lasagna, which just means layered, or a patty creates a great main dish. Finally, think in terms of something like marinated portobello steaks, tofu, tempeh, seitan. These are all hearty and meaty and protein rich, which is one of the criteria by which people measure their main dishes. But let's be honest, Thanksgiving dinner is all about the side dishes, and you can have everything you grew up with just a few switcheroos. For instance, using vegetable broth instead of broth made from chickens. You can use plant-based milks. Take your pick. No animal protein, no saturated fat, no dietary cholesterol, no lactose, and no mamas having their babies taken away just so we can have the milk that was made for them. All of the deliciousness without the cruelty. Switch out dairy-based butter for non-dairy butter, like this delicious Earth Balance, organic Earth Balance, made with plant fats instead of animal fats. You'll never know the difference. Use it for your mashed potatoes, for your stuffing, for your drop biscuits, for your desserts. It's delicious. And of course, the dessert options are endless. You've got pies, cakes, and cobblers, and cookies, crisps, and breads. You can check out my book, The Joy of Vegan Baking. There is no dearth of options. Despite what we've been taught, baked goods are not about animal-based milk and chicken's eggs. It's about fat, moisture, and leavening. And you can get all of those things through plant foods. They're more healthful and certainly more compassionate. Just because we've always done something doesn't mean we have to keep doing it. We can make new choices, more healthful choices, more compassionate choices once we know better. That's what it means to be human, being flexible and open to change. May the gifts of the season be yours to enjoy, and may you do so in the company of people you love, feasting on life-giving rather than life-taking foods. For the animals, both human and non-human, happy Thanksgiving.